Good afternoon. We're here today in York, and we're here today with the founder of Colours Ice Investigations, Mr. Dean Buckley, and Mr. Alan Turnbull behind the camera. We're going to have a walk around York today to some of the historic parts, and we're going to investigate some of the reported sightings within these historic parts. So we're on the shambles now. Me and Dean's going to take a walk up, and we're going to talk about the sightings that's been reported over the years and discuss the old buildings that's on this street, this old medieval street. So come and join us. Right, so we're in this passageway between these two medieval buildings. Some people call it a snicky, some people call it a ginnel, but depending on the area of Yorkshire where you come from, like for us, we call it a ginnel. Just for this interview here, we'll call it a passageway between two medieval buildings. There's been some reported sightings of this passageway, and I'm going to ask Dean what he knows about this area. So Dean, what actually has happened in this area?
Well, from the mid-1800s, there's been a few Victorian kids what's been drowned in this area, what's been reported sightings up and down this passageway till today. And as people walk up and down here, feeling their pockets going.
Is that right? Yeah. That's it, including up to present day?
Yeah, to present day.
So yeah, right. So that's just one of the reported sightings and strange happenings. And we've only been in the city 10 minutes, and we're already picking things up from the history. So there we go. People, these buildings are absolutely beautiful buildings. What's in here? Oh, this is a nice little quaint room, isn't it? So what is this thing then?
There's Mount Elizabeth shrine.
It's a shrine to Mount Elizabeth.
Yeah.
So she was born in York 1553, the fourth child of Thomas and Jane Hamilton. On March 25th, 1586, when she was taken to the toll booth where a door was laid on her and weights added. Her last words were Jesu, Jesu, Jesu. Mercy on her. In 1970 she was canonised, 39 of the martyrs of England and Wales. Oh, we're building that, isn't it? Those are the passageways here, the alleyway, Ginnel. Wow, look how it's bowled out here, Dean. Look at this.
Yes, yeah.
That's really old, isn't it? Yeah? How touching is that? Like that shambles, I think. That close together. You know why there's a reason for that?
No, I don't know why.
In the medieval period, when they were building houses, you had to. The land was that important and valuable. They weren't allowed to build a house on too much land. So what they did, because of the land tax, they built the property on this small piece of land.
Yeah.
And as it went up, the building went outwards. There's no law against that. So because they're that close together, neighbour could shake hands with neighbour through windows. You know, and that's the reason why I did it, because they're built outwards like that. So no law against it. Good idea, really.
Good idea.
So. So Dean, we're stuck now then?
Well, we're off to go to the church.
Just down here, is it?
Yeah, just this way.
Right. That's the place of the sighting, I presume.
Yeah.
Ah, so this must be Holy Trinity Church, Dean.
Yeah.
Holy Trinity Church was founded prior to the Norman invasion of 1066 and is listed in the Domesday Book of 1086 as one of the 5 great northern churches alongside York Minster. In around 1089 this church was refounded by its new Norman lord as a Benedictine priory, served by a community of monks.
Yeah, there's a legend there, Dean. I don't know if you've heard about it, but there's a skull buried in this area, these grounds. And there's been a sighting that's been looking, it's been seen by people eating their lunch on benches and not inside this area. And it's been looking nice. And when it's upright, it's not going to head. It's actually looking for its own head. We don't know what century, we don't know maybe it's male or female, all we know it's a headless corpse looking for its own head. The body was buried far away. The head was buried here. Don't know what reason why. The crime that was committed, don't know that either. But that's just legend, folk tale. Very interesting. So, just over my shoulder here, we've got the famous York Minster, and we're just on our way down now towards the Treasures House. If you can remember, I did mention on the stone tape theory about the Treasures House and the Roman Legion soldiers. Well, we're actually on the Roman road. Yeah, obviously it's not the actual level of the Roman road, because the engineering of the Treasure House, when he was doing his plumbing work, he was in the cellar, so this is obviously the Roman road was lower and lower, because we're 18 inches in the cellar, so could be 3 foot from here, 4 foot, who knows. So we'll cut down this snicket here, Dean, this passageway. I mean, see, it says Barley Hall, but it's a shortcut to Stone Gate. So we're going to go down to Stone Gate.
There's been a lot of sightings at Stone Gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just here's the Barley Hall. So we'll work his way down now to Stone Gate. Them two off from there. So this is Stone Gate. That's the haunted number 35. There's strange happenings and sightings in there, but we're going down this way.
It's been a lot of kids with quite a good and outside of generals.
Is it?
Yeah.
So there's plenty of activity within these gyms then?
Plenty of activity on Stone Gate, yeah. There's been many sightings at this place, the Victorian Gate. It's been seen upstairs and sat on the counter. It's been seen by staff who've been this place.
Right.
Yeah. I know where.
Stone Gate. The Victoria of the Roman fortress of Eboracum, in daily use for about 1,900 years. Its name derives from the fact that it was a Roman stone paved street. So it's a Stone Gate, yeah. So we're actually on a 2,000-year-old Roman heritage. Wow, it's a wow factor, isn't it? Well, Dean, we're here. St George's Burial Ground. The final resting place of the legendary highwayman Dick Turpin. So we're here at the resting place of Dick Turpin. There's a mixed debate about this. Some say he's buried here. A lot of locals say he's not buried here, but there is plenty of people saying his horse is buried here. I wonder what that could be. So there we are, Richard Turpin. Usually at the A-list John Palmer when he went on his final mission to steal some horses. His real name was Richard Turpin, and he was jailed in the castle and executed just over there at Tyburn. But like I mentioned earlier, some people say he's not buried here, and a few people say he is buried here, but a lot of locals around here say his horse is actually situated here. But we will cover Dick Turpin later on this year, so we're going to move on now to another area of York. But it's nice to visit something like this. So Dean, we're here on the city walls, most preserved city walls of England, and with reports of sightings, haven't we?
Yeah, there's a lot of sightings coming from the Civil War period, where they're all being in costume and being seen up and down here.
Lovely stuff. Just a bit more than the city walls, Dean. They extend for 2.5 miles, and they enclose an area of 263 acres. There's been defences here since AD 71, when the 9th Roman Legion came en masse and built this magnificent fortress where the River Ouse and the River Foss actually met, and they call this area Eboracum, meaning gold.
Yeah.
superb how it's been preserved over these years. It's been invaded that many times by different peoples, and that's probably why we're experiencing different sightings and different happenings throughout the different levels of years. I mean, so that is the city, and that's where we're heading now. So we'll have a walk round. There's also 34 or 39 internal towers intact. So that again gives us different levels of history, where we get different sightings. There's also well preserved the 4 bars, Gate Bar being one of them, Gate Bar being the most famous, where famous people have had their heads put on pikes, displayed to warn the city dwellers of the traitors. I suppose the most famous head on that pike on that day was in 1461, when Richard, the Duke of York, covered him at Sandwell Castle, where his head was infamously removed and stuck on the bar on a pipe at Gate Bar in York. Well, his son, Edward, took revenge on that, and he had the heads removed of all the leaders of the Lancastrian forces at the Battle of Towton, and had their heads stuck on pikes as revenge for his father. So Dean, that's Clifford's Tower. We're not going to delve on this too much today. It's steeped in history, and so many things have happened here. Like I said, we're not going to touch on it today, but if any of the viewers would like to find out more about Clifford's Tower, just on the internet, there's plenty of information there for you. It's so fascinating stuff about that tower. So Dean, that's the Castle Museum here. We're going to take a walk inside in a minute, and we'll go down to the one and only Richard Turpin's cell where they were kept before they executed. Let's go now. So we've just been in the Castle Museum, and unfortunately they refused us to film inside, but we've took some good photographs, so we'll let you see the photographs when it's all put together, but they wouldn't let us film, so. We're off now down to Gate Bar, see if we can get there.
Here at Gate Bar, this place was infamously known for the heads of traitors to be displayed. Edward IV, son of Richard Plantagenet, sought revenge on his father's killers after the Duke of York's head was removed at Sandwell Castle during the Battle of Wakefield. His retribution was terrible. He severed the heads of Lancastrian leaders after the Battle of Towton in 1461 and displayed them in a similar manner. We will be investigating Towton battlefield very soon as part of our continuing War of the Roses investigations.
So there you have it. We've all enjoyed the tour of the magnificent city of York. Because York is full of history, we've only touched on a tiny little bit. But we will be returning later in the year to look at more sites, especially an in-depth look at Dick Turpin. So from all at Coolers Ice Investigations, we'll see you next time.